Well, here I am, finally at the Pinnacles. Oh, I've finally lost my head. Oh dear. Well, here I am at the Pinnacles. Finally, I'm so excited to be here. Now, the Pinnacles are just out of a little township called Cervantes, not far from there. And from there, you can actually drive in and do walking tours yourself, or you can drive around the various places, or you can do a guided tour. Guided tours, I think, are reasonably expensive, but it might be the luxurious way of doing it. I didn't choose any of those options. Where I'm staying at the station, for a small fee, you can actually come out with the manager, and the manager will actually take you on his own personal tour of the Pinnacles here. So good. Look how massive they are. Off we go.
Hi, welcome to Nambung Station. We're a property of about 5,000 acres, of which 2,500 odd is cleared, and we run, as you can see, some sheep, merino fine wool sheep, and some Angus beef cows as well. We also run obviously a caravan park with powered and unpowered sites.
While I think of it, here's a random tip. We all know the butane gas cylinders that we use for just our little stoves. I'm not overly in love with them, only because you're paying $1 or whatever and then you're throwing the can away, but anyway, not the point. Quite often you'll be going out, and wherever you camped, you usually want to cook at night or you want to cook in the morning. Yeah, sure, you want your morning tea, your lunch, but mostly in the morning, mostly at night. How many times does this little beast get so cold, well, you might not realise, but so cold you think it's still got stuff in it, but gee, it's cold. If you heat it up, then it liquefies and then your gas cylinder will work again. Now, there's a couple of tricks you can do. You can either throw it in the sleeping bag with you, which is an interesting concept. If you're travelling alone, you can do the same thing with a sleeping bag. But here's a little trick. What you can do is you can buy these, I'll just show you a bit better. These little beasts, and what they are, USB and a little coffee cup warmer. Plug that in. Not a lot of heat comes out, but usually enough just to keep your coffee a little bit from going cold. Then what you do is you plug it into your USB, pop this guy on here, metal to metal. There we go. Now, if it's a really cold night and you manage to get to liquefy, you think it's going to go freezing again. Once it's warmed up a little bit, not a bad idea to put a little beanie on it. So I just used a coaster, not a coaster, a beer, whatever they're called. That'll keep the bottom half warm while you've already warmed it up. The other thing, you could put another one of these over the top, so you've got actually two beer, whatever they're called, and keep it warm. And last thing is, you can now buy these in a whatever they're called when you're drinking your beer, goes all the way up to a long neck. Mind you, don't know how many people are long necking at one time, but it goes all the way, so that'll keep it warm. So there's just a little, we don't want to be throwing these out, especially if they're still half full. So there you go, a little random tip.
And we do tours into the Pinnacles, which borders onto our property. They're a pretty unique tour. We take you in a ATV, and we spend about 2.5 hours walking around the sand dunes and having a look at the property, and if the weather's right, we do some sandboarding as well, which is great fun.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it. The Pinnacles here in Western Australia have been on my bucket list for ages, and I'm thrilled to be able to share it with you. Speaking of sharing, if you can think of someone else who'd enjoy watching it, please share it onto them. That'd be great. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time, this is PaulWheel Drive signing off. Filming conditions, as you can see, are not the world's best. It was not blowing a small cyclone, being sandblasted by the sand. Oh, well, looks like it's almost time to call it a day and go back and see if I can get some of this sand off me. The various nooks and crannies, so to speak. Oh, here I am, finally at the Pinnacles. Whoa! I finally lost my head. Oh dear.